Hey, Miami sports fans. Stop by Caneswear today at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, Florida. And check out their awesome merchandise selection of your favorite South Florida sports teams. From the Miami Dolphins, Hurricanes, Heat, Marlins, Florida Panthers, and Inter Miami, they've got it all. Celebrate your favorite team and show off your fandom with their beautiful team starter jackets, killer-looking helmets, team jerseys, cool shirts, and more. And if you are out of town or out of state, no worries. Go to caneswear.com and find everything they have on their site. Select what you want and they will ship your gear to you. Anything over $99 is shipped for free. Don't wait. Stop at Caneswear today.
Traffic, but I love you.
Ahora de Cuba la Bella, del Palacio de los Jugos,
los chicharrones.
Los vecinos aquí se enteran de todo.
Mi vecina es la CDR en Cuba.
Y en verdad no hay nothing that you can do. Chacleteras sin llames con corbata.
Aquí yo vendo hot dog, pero en Cuba yo era médico.
Les saco el dedo y digo Q.
Sweet home Hialeah. Solo 30 minutos de Le Fallo.
Oh,
sweet home Hialeah. I hate your traffic, but I love you.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special edition, a President's Day edition of East 10th Street Boys, straight out of Hialeah. I'm Bobby El Gringo. That's Alex the Boy. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. It's really early, bro. This is really early for Cuban time. Like right now, on an off day, you're kind of waking up. Oh, cafecito's brewing. It's like, God damn, it's 12 o'clock. Jesus.
That's right.
Night is day off. But I'm doing good, man.
You know,
I'm doing good.
How am I feeling?
Yes.
A lot better. Yeah, doing a lot better. I was on a bad end of it. But still got a little bit of congestion here, still get a little clogged up, but I am good to go.
My wife works.
Working, keeping it down. No day off for Jamila on President's Day.
Man.
But good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Damien, how about them Panthers? How about them Panthers, man? My goodness.
On a roll, man. I believe we're first.
How about them Panthers?
Whoa. That's some breaking.
This is a new look. I got a new look. I got new little segments going.
Wow. For those that have been on the back burner, Bobby almost died like a week ago of sickness, but damn, all he did was start doing new segments.
Just hammering it out, brother. Hammering it out.
That's nice, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Between that and draft homework, digging into the draft, watching film, we got On the Clock tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern with Josh Wingate and Coach Vogel. We're obviously doing the mock draft simulator. That's at the end of the show. That's the War Room segment. We got
that's fun, by the way. I've seen it. That shit looks cool.
This guy must have a timer.
No, you know what it is, bro? It's a hater. Every time he has a sensor, bro. He has a sensor that whenever you're talking to me, like it just triggers him. It's like an alarm. It's like call Bobby. Just call him for nothing. Just say hi, Bob, hello, I'm calling you. He just feels it, bro. He just feels it.
He's trying to make T-shirts because he wants to make some T-shirts. He does that now, and he did a really damn good job too. But I'm going down. Obviously, I'm going down to Florida on Wednesday night. Yep. My wife and I are flying down. I'm going down there because I am participating in the Dolphins Challenge Cancer event fundraiser, walking the 5K. I won't be riding because I don't have a bike, but 5K is nice anyway. I'll be hanging out with Rob of DolphinsThirsty.com. And, of course, we'll be on Big E's team. So I'm very excited about that. So, but he wants to make shirts for the family to wear because he may be going. Tati's obviously going. My mother's going to that event to hang out in the crowd. So that's probably why he's calling.
Of course.
But
we'll
no.
give the reason of that.
Florida Panthers, man. I mean, we have a lot. Look, I was tuning into Rob's show earlier, Dolphins Thursday YouTube channel, every morning, mostly every morning at 10 a.m. Eastern for those who love the Dolphins as we do. Rob has great content out there. He was doing the draft simulator, talking it up, but my goodness, every Dolphin fan, one way or another, are caught in their feelings, and I get it. It's still bittersweet, but some Dolphin fans are just Dolphin fans. They're not Miami fans. Where we are Miami fans, and even though the Panthers are the Florida Panthers, they're really Miami. Or Fort Lauderdale, whatever you want.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Sunrise. But still, if you don't have, if the Dolphins aren't doing good, damn, we got the Panthers.
Yeah.
Who 36-15. I think they're leading in points in their division or conference.
Yeah, they are. I believe in the conference. I have to double check, but I believe in their conference.
But they're killing it, dude. And then you got the Miami Heat. The Heat are lighting it up, and I gonna send a link soon to Mr. Clutch, who has not been on with us for a while, but he reached out to me earlier and asked me if he could pop on.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so we're gonna Clutch in here, talk some Heat.
6 o'clock for him now. It's like a regular show day for him right now.
That's right. Where's he at?
He's somewhere in Europe. I cannot disclose the location, but I believe he's somewhere in Europe. Or is it?
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, man. All right. So, let's do some. Let's do some Vince talk.
Are outrageously good.
Yes, they are.
They're a balanced team, man, and they're built to sustain this for a while. This is gonna be a perennial. We're talking about a 3-5 year run at least, if everything obviously goes to par, bar many injuries. But they're built for the long term. They built it the right way. They built it the right way. They really did. And
what I love is that they made this huge run last year.
Yeah.
They went to the Stanley Cup. They lost, but it's not like they dropped off the face of the earth.
No.
They look like they're going to make another run and probably take it.
They were building, man.
So that's why I say it's a great time to be a Miami sports fan.
Yes.
And let's talk some Dolphins.
Okay.
Because again, I was watching Rob's show, and I usually do, and sometimes I don't get a chance to comment. I was doing other things. But I talked about this on the other day, and I know there's some drama going on, and I won't bore you with that, Alex, in the Dolphins YouTube reverse there that I was not aware of until it was pointed out to me. But
do tell. You can fill me in. I don't mind.
I don't know much about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I just I just think it's solely
that underground chaos.
Yeah, I was just made aware of it, and I think it's just ridiculous. The fact is, I know there's a lot of stuff going on because a lot of Dolphin fans are caught in the feelings that they should be, right? We've touched on it. The Dolphins were 3 games ahead on the Buffalo Bills.
Yes.
They lost that. They were first, second seed. They finished the season on the 5th, 6th seed. And then they get one and done in the playoffs, which I said was a failure, no matter what. I predicted 11 wins. I predicted a win in the playoffs. That was a success for me. They got 11 wins.
Yeah.
And they were one and done in the playoffs. To the eventual Super Bowl champs.
Correct.
So you could say, okay, silver lining, but still a bite in the ass. Clutch, I'm getting it to you. Give me one moment. Still a bite in the ass, and it sucked. So I can understand Dolphin fans whether they're like, hey man, 11 wins. We still have the core Tua, Tyreek, Waddle, etc. We got McDaniel in his 3rd year. We like Weaver. I feel confident about the team.
Yeah.
I also understand the fans that are like, this sucks, again, one and done. We're gonna lose. We had that opportunity with up on the Buffalo Bills. Aaron Rodgers was out last year and we squashed it. I get it. What I don't believe in when it comes to being a fan is gatekeeping. Don't tell somebody how to fan. Don't tell somebody, if you don't like our head coach, you should be a Dolphins fan. No. Yeah, and every fan has a right to be the way they want to be. Now, Now, you don't want to be continuously miserable the whole time or blindly supportive. You got to call them out.
That's the thing.
You know,
there comes, and I'll give my quick point of view in regards to obviously the season, like you mentioned. When you look at it, does it feel like a failure? That's the more. It's not that it is a failure. It's the feeling of it, because how we started, how we ended. There were things that we saw improvement in. There's things that we regressed in. So yeah, in total, when you see it, you're like, oh wow, 11 wins. You mentioned it's pretty cool. We made it to the playoffs again, back to back years, whatever the case may be. But we know the optics of it. We saw how it happened. So that's why we feel that way. Now in the offseason, we haven't actually talked about it after Weaver got hired. That's how long we haven't done a show together. Since Weaver got hired, we haven't talked about it. And I'm excited for the Weaver hire, because just the mindset alone of where he comes from, obviously, the relationships that he's built as well, and just I'm not saying that he won the press conference, but just stating, which was obvious, you have to play to your strengths. You got to use your guys the right way. To me, in coaches talk, automatically what I saw was, okay, this guy's going to adapt. This guy's going to use everything at his disposal. He's not going to be hard-headed, which no knock on Fangio, but Fangio, I believe at times misused the talent that we did have. And the defense made improvements. So I don't want people here to hear me out and be like, oh, you see, you're just hating on Fangio. No, I'm not at all. But there are certain characteristics that we didn't employ that we could have deployed this year. Realistically speaking, there was certain athletes that we didn't use. Cam Smith. I don't think we used Jalen Ramsey in 4 of those games the right way. So, but that's just me, and I'm a fan. The coaches have a reason for doing it. But I just feel that the next point of discussion with this offseason, obviously, is the Tua extension. The Tua extension is coming. I don't know if people are prepared for it mentally or not, but Tua's extension is coming. It's just a matter of how much money and how much guarantees and how the team structures it. But they seem really confident in what they're building. And if we take aside past history, any other fan base, when they see the team on paper and when they see what they're going and they're building, I'm pretty sure they'll be excited too. We just come with the constant trauma of being Dolphins fans, and we've been through this before. Kind of like a Marlins fan when you do the whole rebuild shit. Like, even now, we don't sign major free agents. There's people out there like, oh, there goes the Marlins doing the same thing they always do. No, they're building differently now. They're trying to build something that's going to be successful and sustainable in this market. So, like I said,
but there's a difference between the Marlins and the Dolphins.
Absolutely, 100%.
The Marlins have a new management. They got a general manager. They let go of their general manager, who did really well. Kim Jean. What I forget her last name. I'm butchering. But they let her go. But they get a new general manager. They get a new front office, a new ownership, and they clear out. Where the Dolphins can't count ownership. I know everybody wants to get rid of Ross. Can't get rid of Ross. Ross is the owner. Yeah. But same general manager. Mm-hmm. And the Dolphins, Alex, you and I worked. We started our career, our work, our job history at Walgreens together.
Yes.
The Dolphins are considered to like a Walgreens. They're a facing store. There's a lot of facing. Bring the merch up to the front, so that way it looks like it's fuller. And then when you pull it back, you grab that one can of chicken noodle soup. You look back. Oh, that's the last thing. Dolphins look very nice up front. They have a lot of sexy pieces. You could put a poster together of Tyreek, Jalen Ramsey, Tua, McDaniel, Jalen Waddle, and go, damn, man, the Dolphins, man. Shit, that's a bad team, dude. We're gonna roll. But then it's like, well, wait a second. What's their linebacker unit look like?
Well, that's what this year's.
Wait a second. What's that offensive line look like? Wait a second. And I'm not talking about just the front.
No, you're talking about depth. Yeah, I got you.
Talking about everything. And that's the consistency with the Dolphins.
Absolutely.
That's the difference between the Dolphins. The difference between the Dolphins and the Heat, organization structure.
Yeah.
Difference between the Marlins and the Dolphins, they've changed out their front office.
You know what I would want to see, Bob? And I don't think we've ever the actual timeline. Like, for example, when McDaniel got hired, I want to see like the original plan. This was before acquiring Hill, because I'm pretty sure whenever you hire a coach, the coach comes with a plan, or like a 3-year window, a 4-year window of what this is what I want to do. This is what I want to accomplish. When you trade for Hill, when you trade for Chubb, obviously that skyrockets. Those expectations are going to go up. I want to see what's the realistic. I feel, and this might be crazy, I feel that this is the year that McDaniel might be finally comfortable fully with his staff. Like, do you feel the Fangio hire was kind of like a must hire, but it really didn't fit his style?
Well, I called the Fangio hire, and I told people that's why but remember mid-season, I said this to you. I said this on another show too, and they called me crazy, and I told you, and you were like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "He's one and done. I don't see him coming another year. He didn't want to be here in the first place." And that was before the defense jumped up. But that was really Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
The Fangio hire was a splash move made by the Miami Dolphins. Whether it was pushed by McDaniel or Greer, we don't know. We don't care. It is what No, it was more about what can we do to take a shortcut to make a run to the championship.
Yeah.
That's the issue with the Dolphins. They want to take a shortcut to the championship. That's why they make these splash trades. That's why they make these splash moves. And that's what Fangio was. That's why I'm not disappointed that he left. I don't give a damn that he left.
You want a hungry DC. You want a hungry DC.
And I understand people are saying too, and forgive me, I don't have the comments in front of me right now.
Yeah.
But I can understand fans saying, look, man, this guy wants to be a head coach. We're going to go through 4 DCs anyway.
That's great, though.
Great teams, good teams.
Lose coordinators.
All the time.
Yeah.
They know how to handle it.
Yeah.
So now I know we're talking about the Dolphins, but let me tell you why I like Anthony Weaver. He's a former player.
Yes.
Okay. Second round pick. Damn good.
Mm-hmm.
I understand his first stint as DC wasn't great, but he comes from a winning organization in Baltimore. I love the way he carries himself. I like the staff he's put together so far. I do.
Yeah. And it's his staff. He's been able to put it together. So it's his.
It's his staff.
Yes.
They worked on the offensive staff. Now they got the defensive staff. Yes, I understand. This is and Miami really is on a closed window here, probably on one more year of this current structure team.
Yeah.
But Miami's not thinking like everybody else. Everyone else is thinking, and I have my own thoughts, but everyone's thinking, oh, we got to go get the quarterback.
No.
Listen, 21, the 21th pick in the draft, Miami Dolphins. Don't sleep on any position. This is mine. This is me saying this. Just my mindset.
Mm-hmm.
You don't sleep on any one position in the draft class, minus the quarterback. But now, of course, if somehow, some way, Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels are sitting there, maybe there's a discussion. Maybe. Because you should go best player, no matter who you have.
You know my how I feel.
Go quarterback every season, no matter what. But this whole notion, draft Michael Penix, and who I liked last year. Draft Michael Penix at 21. Stop it. Stop it.
That's unrealistic.
Cut it out.
Those are the people that are unrealistic.
Like I don't see it. It's fantasy. No, Caleb Williams is sitting there at 21. Drake May, Jaden Daniels special, can run, can do it all. And I know a lot of people are hammering Tua for being, not being that athletic quarterback. Alex, that had to be a couple episodes ago. Why was Tua not that guy that he was the year before?
Yeah.
He's limited now.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Tua we're going to have. It's just what it is.
No.
Protect himself.
This year's going to be different, though. We're gonna get a balance. This year we got the limited Tua and protected Tua. This coming year, if he gets his contract and has that security, you're gonna see a mix of Tua where he's no longer gonna take a slide 7 as you have 7 yards before the first down. Like we're gonna see.
He will if the Dolphins work out something in their contract that if he gets hurt, that he doesn't get him out.
Oh, that's the language on the contract.
Tua wants to look.
I do expect a more evolved Tua in regards to that. I'm not saying stronger arm or anything. People always focus just on the arm, and I'm talking about.
It's not about the arm.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
I believe we're going to be more confident.
You are who you are. He is who he is. I'm sorry, guys. Let me read some of this very quick, just to get some of the comments here. Yeah, I can guarantee there's a portion of the fan base not ready for Tua's extension.
Oh, for sure.
No, there's not. And I will say, whether you like it, whether you love it, whether you dislike it and whether you hate it, it's more than likely going to happen. And let me tell you why it's not a bad thing for those who hate it.
Yeah, lowers your cap.
So, frees up some cap.
Mhm.
Okay. And I'm not a Tannehill hater, but the Dolphins extended Tannehill. Okay.
Yep.
Who had a pretty damn good career with Miami up to that point. Of course, he got injured before that Arizona game, before they got to the playoffs. They ended up trading him. If the Dolphins say, which we all know, let's be real here. There's the reason why the fan base is divided. The reason why the organization is divided and they're just throwing the money at him is because it hasn't been proven yet that anybody's comfortable saying he's the franchise quarterback. They give him the extension. They give him what he deserves, what he's earned for as long as he's been there. They give them the flexibility, a little more cap flexibility. But now they say, okay, here's the numbers. We're comfortable paying you this amount.
Correct.
Whether you get hurt or whatever, we're comfortable with this. We're also comfortable now that we have a contract in place that if they had to move him a year or two down the line, 3 years down the line, whatever, that the contract's not going to be locking you up where you got to go. Some teams are looking to go, I'm not trading for that guy with that cap. That's why it's taking so long. It's not the end of the world if they extend Tua. It's not the worst thing.
And let me answer
is.
one thing because Brett made a good point here. When he says, I think Tua's evolved as far as he's going to go. Let me rephrase the evolution part. What I meant
Brett, what's up, brother? Go ahead.
Brett, what I mean is there's things that I saw Tua do the year before that he didn't do this year. So it's not necessarily to me an evolution. I want to say it's more of a how do you call this? A semi-evolution within all the talent that he has. He's not gonna get particularly. He's gonna perfect a few things. I do think he might need to lose like 10 pounds, but in regards to he's strong enough to sustain those hits. He's trained enough now to sustain those hits. So I do see that we might be able to see a more just Tua playing football. Mistakes come when mistake comes, interceptions come, whatever the case may be. And that's the thing, man. I know he did a lot of training. I know he did a lot of core work. But he needs to loosen up. He doesn't have the lateral quickness that he seems to have. I don't know if that's the weight, but he doesn't have that mobility that he showed that he had. And this was even after the hip surgery, because he was able to move. They flushed him out of the pocket a lot. So I do expect also by design, McDaniel might move him out of the pocket a lot more this year too, because that is one of his strongest suits. I might be mistaken, but I thought that was one of his strongest suits, throwing out of the pocket. But we'll see. He fixes minor things. This is the last opportunity you have, honestly, because once you get that contract, you have to live to that contract. And like I said, I don't think he's gonna get the highest annual average per quarterback. I really don't. I think it's gonna be a manageable contract, something like I told you about that we can get out of in 2 or 3 years.
I just said it. Yeah,
so
for sure.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all, because that's the going rate for a quarterback right now. And honestly, yeah, there's great quarterbacks in the league, but Tua's also above a lot of other quarterbacks that we could. I mean, Daniel Jones got $40 million or $45 million a year. That's ridiculous in regards to that. So it all comes down to the money being fair. And like I said, I don't expect Tua to take a massive jump. On the contrary, I expect to get everything he's done these last few years and be able to do it in 1 year, because we've seen glimpses of everything. But
this is one thing
But that's just a persona. That's a persona thing. Like
no, but it also, though, when the game's on the line, you need that. I mean, you know, that's something that's what stood out to me, like in the Tennessee game. Again, seeing, you know, you look at the Tennessee Titans. You know, Will Levis is like fired up and screaming. You know, you look at Dan Marino, who's biting his lip, his cheeks are red. He looks like he wants to get in, and you know, yeah, it's like it just, you know, sometimes you need that fire. You know, that's the one thing that I would say that stands out. That's a great
example right here. This is Brett. That's a perfect point.
That's true. This is true. That's fair. That's fair.
I see Tua in regards to personality. But that fire on the field, like you said, and he is more vocal than Eli. He does lead a different way, but he doesn't have that fire that we see sometimes. But I get what you mean.
Let's bring in Clutch. Miami Clutch is in the house. We could get his take on some Dolphins, the draft a little bit. Let's bring him in here. Clutch, what's up, brother?
You sounded like Dwayne Johnson right there, whether you like it or you hate it.
Right? Yes, I know.
Perfect.
Whether you like it, whether you don't like it. Herpy lips.
You gave me the Rock flashbacks.
What's up?
What's
How
up,
you
dude?
doing, man?
Nothing. I saw there was an early show, and that's my time to shine. Holy crap!
What time is it over there where you're at? Is it 6:30?
6:30. Yeah, 6:30.
Yeah, you go. You see, 6 hours, bro.
Yeah, I finally get to do one of these.
Yeah, man. We obviously we're off today, and we were like, you know what? Let's do an early show. Let's do it. I've always wanted it. I love doing these, and I think it's better. And so let's roll. Let me just say, Damien, very quick, man. That's somebody. Yeah, don't sleep on that. That's somebody I brought up as soon as we hired Reaver was Patrick Queen as a possibility at linebacker. So I'm with you on that, man. Good name to bring up.
Way more physicality this year. Way more physicality. Okay.
Clutch, man. I haven't heard from you, dude, in a while. We haven't talked Dolphins. I'm sure you've paid attention to a lot of the noise out there. You obviously hear what we're talking about. Give us some of your feedback, brother. What are you thinking right now with the Dolphins?
I think it was unfortunate how it ended. Injuries caught up. And I compare it a lot to like the Heat, and the difference between both teams is when there's injuries with Miami, they just find a way anyways. And when there's injuries with the Dolphins, they just can't find a way to go around it. I mean, it's kind of hard when you're missing like half of your offensive line and like you have no depth on like defense, especially like defensive backs towards the end of the year. So like it was tough. It was tough to see. I didn't think Tua was terrible. I don't think it all falls on Tua. I think he has partial blame for this, like any quarterback should. But like in general, I think also like I never liked how the Dolphins were built on receiver, where they're all built the same way. And I think like Tua needs a little, like I think he did pretty well, like high pointing passes and stuff like that when he had Devontae Parker. If they like mix a big guy with the two like shorter guys, I think he would probably be a better player, because you're giving him the same player 3 times over. Braxton Berrios, Jalen Waddle, and Tyreek Hill. Obviously, Braxton Berrios is not the level of the other two, but yeah, you're giving him the same player 3 times. So that's the problem, and obviously tight end.
Sorry, just putting some here. There we go. So, what are your thoughts, Clutch? If you thought about it yet? I know we're a couple months away. You know how I am, Clutch. I'm already into it. I'm already doing the draft stuff. We're 2 or 3 episodes in on the clock. I have my thoughts on it. I'm really loving what I'm seeing out of the D tackle class. There's some good tight ends. I don't think you have to reach for one, but you're sitting there at 21. You know, you got some people, 2 people now have said, I think 2, at least, what do you call analysis. Those guys are actually on TV saying Dolphins should draft Michael Penix at 21. They do a mock draft. You got some fans talking quarterback at 21, etc. But you can give your take on that. But when you're thinking about, man, unless you know a particular player, but let's talk, if not, let's talk position. What position or whatever positions you think should Miami be targeting at 21 that would make you feel like this could help us make that at least move the needle?
I'm not very like knowledgeable about the actual class in general, but if you're talking like solely position, we need just at 21, I think like if I'm Miami, just take the best lineman available, whether it's defensive or offensive. That's where I would probably go.
I don't hate that at all, and I know a lot of people love, and I do too. I think he's great, but I think the more time Dolphin fans keep hammering this home, I just feel like it's not going to happen, because Greer's going to see it and go, "I'm not getting that guy now."
This I felt every word. This I'm a big believer in this, Bobby. Sorry, Brett.
Yeah, go ahead.
Never reach for a need. I hate teams that draft for needs. I don't believe first round talent unless it matches up to what you need and it falls like you need a quarterback and the number one person available on your draft board is a quarterback. You go with the quarterback. But and like I said, quarterback position is, realistically, Bob, if there's something that we feel that we have a possession of need, I will not at all remove the possibility of trading down and getting more draft capital.
No, I'm absolutely up for trading down.
Because
no doubt.
If it's something that if I have 5 players that I love and I can trade down 5 spots or 6 spots, that's now if there's a talent that I like, no matter who it is, no matter what anybody offers, and he's there, I'm taking him because I could work around. I love what he said about impact players. This is a team that needs impact players, where it's like either at the rushing position, linebackers, things of that sort. Because the secondary is Brandon Jones going to resign? He's a free agent, right?
I'm not sure. I do know that Deshaun Elliott more than likely will resign, best as what I saw.
Okay.
But yeah, no, and Scotty watches our shows. I love trading down. I think trading down is the best option. Gives you more picks. I know, and look, and I hate to say it. I know, don't sleep on Chris Greer trading that pick for a player. He did it with Jalen Ramsey. He did it with Brandon Bradley Chubb. He did it for Tyreek Hill. And when they asked him, "Are you going to keep that pick?" he said, "No promises. No promises."
It's crazy that Mike McDaniel still doesn't have a first round pick under his regime.
That's right, and that's why Greer kind of said that too. He's like, he wants it, he wants to use it, and McDaniel kind of gave him a look.
The closest thing was the chain last year, second round.
Yeah, but again,
look at that.
Second, third, fourth, fifth round. Yeah. I think Brett would agree with me. But I've talked about this on the clock. That's your bread and butter. You're not going to reach. No. Now at 21, there's some good picks at 21 that's happened through history. But in my opinion, I know a lot of people say trade up, go get Brock Bowers, go get this guy, go get this guy. There's a lot of great players for sure. But will any of those guys really move the needle for you? My thing is sit back, get your cafecito, chill out, let the draft fall to you, see who's on the board. Let's say one of those quarterbacks are on the board. You could tease it.
Of course.
But you got that team in the background going, hey, man, I'm going to trade you a couple picks.
Yeah.
Or one of those good players that the Dolphin fans that go, get him. And the teams that call you go, hey, man, I'm going to give you a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, next year, second. You go, you know what? All right.
Yeah.
Now, you may have gone, now fans are going to be pissed off because you missed out on that one guy. But now you with that, you're in the bread and butter of the draft. Your scouts right now have to go to work because those are the guys that do the homework. Those are the guys that go out and watch those guys. They're going to tell you those under the radar type of dudes that you should get in the second, third, fourth, fifth round.
Yeah, that's where you got to hit. That's where you got to hit. That's where your majority of your scouting, because talent speaks for itself.
Right there.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? That's your bread and butter. That's your bread and butter, man. I love that part. You get me 2, 3, 4, 5,
bro. Look how many impact players have come third, fourth, fifth rounders. First round is talent. That's perfect. But
now
I like that guy.
Don't sleep at this. And I don't know. I think Clutch. I think you alluded to that.
Yes,
I think Clutch.
Receiver.
Yes, in which I'm all for. I wouldn't hate it at all. And I tell people that's why I tell people don't sleep because look, Miami drafted Cam Smith. We know he didn't play last year, but we think that we know that's more like the Fangio. But Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill. Everyone says we need a tight end. Absolutely, we should get a tight end. But there's a lot of good tight ends in this class. But you need a big-bodied wide receiver, a legitimate guy, plus a guy that could eventually take over for Tyreek Hill because Tyreek Hill's not going to be here
and play
in 2 to 3.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you need a guy that, whether it's Tua or whomever, has some legitimate receivers there to grow with.
Maybe just not throw jump balls into the end zone to Tyreek Hill.
And exactly.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Exactly.
That'd be great.
Because you can even think it's crazy to me because, the thing is, you have, this might be insane, and I don't think it's going to happen, but the only wide receiver, the body type that I'm looking for is even like a Mike Evans. But Mike Evans is out of our price range, and I don't think he's going to sign with Miami. He might go to Kansas City. I think he ends up staying in Tampa.
So,
but
I don't have it in front of me. Maybe Scotty or Brett could look it up. But I'm seeing. Let me look.
He's like 6'4", 6'5", Mike Evans? Or he's not 6'6". I know he's
well,
not.
Mike Evans, I highly doubt. But one guy I saw today, and I don't know, 6'1", 190. Let me see something. Let's see.
Because it's funny because Clutch is basically the Claypool body type, which I think Claypool will come back on a 1 year. Oh, you see, Mike Evans is 6'5", which is insane to me. He doesn't look.
Yeah, that's the only issue with Mike Evans
Yeah,
is he wants to be paid,
of course,
right? And he should be. He's had how many consecutive 1,000-yard seasons? That dude ain't going. That guy, he's not going to go
at all. But that body type, you put a receiver like that in the same field with a Tyreek Hill and a Jalen Waddle, you have all three areas of the field covered. And Mike Evans could catch those jump balls for you.
Mm-hmm.
So Tyreek and Jalen are both 5'10".
Yes.
This one player, I think Scotty, Brett, you guys let me know. I don't know what the projected cap would be for him. It is what it is. But former Alabama receiver, he's not going to get re-signed by his team because then they're going to have to give up a second-round pick to Atlanta. Calvin Ridley. What are our thoughts on Calvin Ridley?
What do you mean Calvin Ridley? He's with
he's with Jacksonville, but he's a free agent.
Oh,
he's going to be a free agent. If they re-sign him, they got to give a second-round pick to Atlanta. They're not giving a second-round pick to Atlanta.
How tall is he?
6'1", 190.
Not too bad.
He's not small. I mean, he's not big, but he's taller, but he's still a damn good receiver. Put him with Tyreek and Jalen Waddle.
You know what's crazy? Do you see a scenario where they do obviously get a talented tight end that has the epitome of like the Kittle, where he can block, but he's also a great receiver, and they develop Claypool a little bit more to become that possession wide receiver? Do you think that's a possibility?
I think it's a possibility, but is it realistic? You know what I mean? Okay. I mean, is he that possible tight end that Dolphin fans want? Is he that guy? Is that what they're trying to groom him? Yeah, but you see, Scotty, that's what I'm talking about. That's where my hang-up is. I don't know what the cost is. Maybe he says, you know what, I would love to play with a Tua and Tyreek and Jalen. Go tag team. I don't know if he played with – I think he played with Tua, but I don't know. Maybe he played with Jalen too. So maybe they have the relationships.
He played the national title game with Tua, didn't he?
I think he did. Yeah. So there's a relationship there. So I don't know what the cost is. So forgive me, but that's a name that I saw, and I'm like, wait a second. This is like a kind of a connection thing, you know?
Because it's a different style. Like you said, I know we put a lot of emphasis into height, but with the part about these receivers, like different style receivers. Like you can be the same height and be a completely different type of receiver. So it's more balancing that out. I get you.
He's kind of built like
Cedric Wilson. Great to see you, girl. Appreciate you tuning in.
I do believe McDaniel's going to use a chain way more and Waddle way more this year to have a balanced attack. I do see that.
But let me see. Clutch, man, what were you saying, brother? I know we cut you off there.
Oh, no, I said that Calvin Ridley, he's pretty much a Cedric Wilson build, but like obviously much better. So he's not
absolutely. And don't sleep with Cedric Wilson. Didn't look bad last year at some of the plays that he made.
Towards the end of the year, he was probably one of the most consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but again, you talk about wide receiver. Calvin Ridley is a guy that I just, I was looking at his situation and I'm like, holy crap, it makes a lot of sense. Mike Evans, of course, right? I mean, that's the size, all day. Combine that with the speed of Tyreek and Waddle, you're golden. But money, brother, dinero, moolah. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be interesting, man. At 21, I'm not opposed to trading down.
That's one of my changes. This year, you got to spread. You can. It's not, honestly, I'm not even worried about.
That's one of my knocks. That's one of my knocks that still remains because me, Alex. I told you every year.
Is it also by design because of the O-line? Are we comfortable enough with the O-line that doesn't have to be by design anymore? That you have to get it out as quickly. You can let the play develop.
I'm gonna let Clutch respond. But I just want to say this. And I'll let Clutch follow up with his point on that. They answer that question. But I think there's a lot of teams with bad offensive lines that quarterbacks don't just target one main guy.
Absolutely.
They spread that ball around. Tua's shown a lot of growth in a lot of areas throughout his career. Consistency, he got hurt a lot year, he's got hurt every year. Like this last year was his first year that he didn't, but it also came with some negatives because of that situation. Like you said, Alex, slower, not more athletic. A lot of people get mad that he gained that muscle mass. They want him to lose weight now. He can never win in that regard, because everybody has something to say. But to me, and I'm not saying that you're saying this, but to me, it's just an excuse. It's like, he's been like that. He's been focused on, ever since Tyreek came in, it's Tyreek. Waddle, when Tyreek goes out, the ball gets spread.
Exactly.
To me, it's horse blinders. You know what I'm saying? And whether that's on McDaniel.
I got the perfect comparison for that, and Clutch is going to love this one. It's kind of like when Jimmy doesn't play for the Heat. And I'm not comparing it exactly, but it's the mindset of when Jimmy doesn't play for the Heat, the ball's going to be everywhere. When Jimmy
Power
plays,
of friendship, baby.
Power of friendship. When Jimmy plays, teams are the players are kind of waiting. I'm like, okay, what's Jimmy's coming out today? Is he coming out? Is he going to be aggressive? Do I need it? And
the ball doesn't move when Jimmy's on the court.
No, at all. So those are, and I'm surprised. Honestly, I'm very surprised by it. But I do think when he comes back, and we'll talk about it later, there's going to be a change there in regards to.
That's what Tua needs. He needs that Miami clutch, pun intended, moments in those type of games. He needs some of that clutch. And talking about that clutch, what were your thoughts on what Alex said about, is it by design because of the offensive line?
Honestly,
2.5.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but it's so weird thing to debate, because if Tua's making the O-line look good, or if the O-line was looking Tua look good, back in the beginning of the season where Connor Williams was healthy, because honestly, I was dragging Connor Williams for the first few games. I hated Connor Williams, and then he went out, and then I missed him so much.
That's right. That's right. Williams is huge for this line. I remember when he was out, the first time he was out, they said, and we were on pregame, and I asked Evan Fitzstanza, I was like, out of everyone out of this lineup, who's the one guy do you think impacts the game the most? And I think he said Armstead, even though Kendall Lamb did one hell of a job. And I will give credit to Greer on that signing there, that I think that guy needs to be re-signed as Kendall Lamb. To me, it was Connor Williams. No one realized how important that guy is to the offensive line.
I hated him so much. And now he's my best friend.
It's one of those things where you don't realize what you got until it's gone. And then you're like, damn, dude.
So Eichenberg snapping the ball.
And that's why, I think Miami, I hate to say this for Connor. It was, as my brother over here says it all the time, in any situation. I mean, I don't know how long I've heard him say this. He should get a shirt that says it. Blessing in disguise. And, he stubs his toe. He goes, maybe it was a blessing in disguise. I go, Alex, your toenail is busted open. He's like, but maybe,
Don't get drastic, bro. Don't get drastic. Not everything's a blessing in disguise, man. There's a lot like, fuck, man.
But, I was going to go somewhere. I was like, nope, not going there. But, the one thing is, it's a blessing in disguise for Miami, because now they can probably get Connor Williams on a better deal than they probably would have, because despite what Miami fans were feeling about him, he was one of the best centers in the NFL. Mm-hmm. Somebody was going to give him a lot of money. Now he got hurt. You give him, you get a better deal. And even if it's at center next year, okay. But what if you do draft Jackson Powers Johnson? You put Johnson at center, you put Connor at left guard, or vice versa. Now, if Armstead is gone or back, or even let's say he's gone, Kendall Lamb, Jackson Power, or Connor Williams, Jackson Powers, Armstead, Connor Williams, Jackson Powers. That left side is solid.
Looks mighty nice.
Of course, as long as Armstead's healthy. Right guard, Robert Hunt. You looking pretty damn good. Then you got Austin Jackson, which we all know. Everyone has their opinions. Brett's like, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Think about how fast your line looks damn good. You make that one move and you'll be able to bring back Connor Williams.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So let me read some of these comments here. Forgive me, guys. I know I try to stay with the comments, and most every team throws the majority of their. You know what I mean, Scotty. You know what I mean. Obviously, that's why there's a number 1, there's a number 2, there's number 3. Scotty's always coming at me, man. It's like personal. I'm just
I mean,
playing
it's
Scotty.
true. It's true.
Of course it's true. I'm not saying it's not.
I remember Tyreek Hill in Kansas City. I would look up, and Mahomes was only passing to Hill and Kelsey. Hill and Kelsey. We didn't know anybody else in Kansas City aside from Hill and Kelsey. That's true. Yeah, the offense was designed to get the ball to the best weapons. Yeah, as most offenses are. As bad as he was doesn't mean Connor was great. Connor has so many snap issues.
No.
He got better though.
The snap issues were not on Connor. Go back and watch. That I don't agree with at all. The snap issues were not on Connor.
I will say it for one way
That's
or
right,
the other.
right there. I'll agree with Clutch. I'll go with Clutch because it wasn't just Connor. Everybody throwing it. Yeah, because you watch back those plays.
Snap, though, he was elite.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Right.
If we remove, we're basically making him a left guard. If we remove snapping from Connor Williams, he's perfect. So just put him at left guard.
Just get a real center.
Yeah, that's it.
It's all fair.
If we draft a center overall, first overall.
I remember how I wanted.
That's what we're talking about. Alex Jackson, Powers Johnson.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would not be surprised at all if that's the move.
Yeah,
because it's still, I still think. But you see, there comes the argument: are we filling a need? I don't think necessarily we're filling a need. I think that might be the most talented player on the board.
It's Alex. Damn. Damn. Hey, let's do this. We'll stick with some Fitz talk as we go on here. But I do want to talk to you because Clutch is in the house. But I do want to talk some Heat, especially after last night. First off, I didn't get to watch the All-Star game, but I did see some of Bam's plays. That 3-point shot at the beginning there, what he did with Joker.
You mean Bam's play? Like,
yeah, that was it. That's
the one play. You know, I saw Bam's play.
It was fantastic.
I just want to see that during a game. I want to see that throughout the season. Consistent.
I don't.
It won't happen consistently, but he might have a pull up. He could do it. He could do it. He's just in our offense. He's not gonna do it, but he could do it.
Guys, he's shooting 12% from three in his career.
Yeah, but that's no man. But you see, that's like very rare.
I've seen Hassan Whiteside make 3-pointers in pickup.
Oh, every bro. People don't realize this, Bobby, and I mean, Clutch gonna attest to this. We see shooters in games, and they're like shooting 30%, 35% from three. When you play pickup games with NBA players, you realize what talent is shooting wise. Like people do not understand these. Like those are professional athletes. Those are elite athletes going at each other. But when you see them playing pickup ball, Bobby, like these guys do not miss. Like you saw what Damian Lillard. I don't know if you saw what Damian Lillard did. He a step before half court, and he took it in his full shooting motion. It wasn't reaching or anything. Did you see that shot by any chance or no?
No, I didn't. No.
Dude,
and yes, Georgette, I apologize. Yes, we got Clutch in the house. He's in the background. He's in audio version right now.
I'm the voice of God for a reason.
Voice of God, man. Voice of God. But yeah, Bob, he pulls up a step before mid-court. He just pulls up, gets into his full form, releases. Like
you just had to talk about Damian there, didn't you?
Hey, man, it's true. Like, look, at the end of the day, look, and I know we haven't talked much after that, Clutch.
I hate that bald mother.
It's you know what sucks about it, and Milwaukee doubled down on it. Milwaukee didn't have the infrastructure to trade for Damian Lillard because they have no defense. They were giving up everything that kind of like gave them the possibility to repeat, and that's why you see them playing the way they do now. Like they genuinely, and they got another player that doesn't play defense at all, and Danilo Gallinari. So you have tall, you have size, but when it comes down to crunch time. To me, they're going to get eliminated in the first or the second round. They're not getting into the conference finals. And then they're going to have to, do not be surprised if Dame Lillard gets moved again. Do not be surprised if he gets moved again by next
year. Don't put Clutch through that. Do not put Clutch through that. I'm telling you. Poor damn guy, dude. I mean, every day,
he ruined 88 days of my life.
Let me ask you, though, because I saw a lot of criticism on the All-Star game, Alex. And, you know, what was the score? 200 and what to 180?
To like 185. No, 208 or to like 205 to like 180 something.
What the hell was happening? I know Adam Silver wasn't happy. Was it just offense, no defense, no trying?
Of course, man. Of course. Look, these guys don't want to get hurt. These guys are just hanging out and chilling. So they weren't playing. This isn't the All-Star games that we're used to, where there was like pride in playing defense and shutting them down. You're gonna have to put some incentive. Like whoever wins, like one of the most popular ones is whoever wins the conference gets home court advantage in the NBA Finals. Like those are the type of things, like kind of like what the MLB did with the All-Star game. Like if you win the All-Star game, you get home field advantage in the World Series.
Yeah.
And because before athletes prided themselves on shutting down people, now it just becomes hanging out, chilling, and they're just, they're balling. They don't want to get hurt. They're having fun. I don't mind the highlight dunks. I don't mind but what really bothers me is just walking up and down the court. And like these long fucking full court passes that with a layup and then just one bounce. And like that's not entertaining to me. For that, just have a showcase and like a little scrimmage, but not an actual, like people pay a lot of money to go see that, So I don't know if it's smart to do it maybe after the season, kind of have like a mid-season break and like kind of like a recognition, but actually have the game after the season. But I don't know. It's fun. Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's fun to see them hanging out, but that's what I'm saying. That's like a pickup game at the park. So now, if you want to do it, have them mic'd up. Everybody mic'd up.
Add something to it. Yeah. Let me just say this very quick for Scotty. On Dolphins Thursday, a mock draft was done this morning. We got Jackson Powers Johnson and Jatavion Sanders. Would you be on board? Yeah, I like them both. I don't, but I would love to know who was there at the Jatavion Sanders spot, because there's a lot of good tight ends that I like in this class that, what happened to Christian Wilkins? Do we bring him back? Because I think that if you go JPJ with the 21st pick, if you go defensive line with that second pick, I did not see that spot. I didn't see that segment there. I saw a little bit of it, but I didn't really look. But yeah, I like Sanders.
That's Dashy just making a little
spot. But I would love to see what was who else was available, Scotty. But yeah, would not hate that at all for Miami. But anyway, Clutch Win, what are your thoughts on the All-Star game?
I don't mind it. I mean, you have a bunch of guys scoring 30. I don't mind the All-Star game. My beef was the All-Star Saturday. That thing sucks.
Horrendous.
Sucks.
Horrendous, bro.
From start to finish, it sucked. I think the best part of the night was Stephen against Sabrina.
Yes.
And that's sad. That's the best part of the entire night. The skill challenge is cooked. We've come a long way from Dwayne Wade to LeBron James and like Kobe going at it in the skills challenge. And then you have the 3-point shootout, which is like the court is green now and it looks terrible. And I don't know. I didn't like that either. And then the dunk contest, Jaylen Brown, for God's sakes.
Bro, Jaylen Brown is garbage, bro. That guy. He had a 5'4" guy sit down so he could jump over him. Like, come on, man. What have we become?
He did a regular dunk with his left hand just to prove that he could. Hate that guy. I hate All-Star Saturday. I hate All-Star Saturday, bro. He's my favorite day, too.
It's kind of taking a step back. What I don't like, too, is that a lot of the star players don't participate in those challenges anymore like they used to. It's a bunch of...
even back in the day with like Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine, they weren't star players at that time.
Well, I agree. Exactly.
You just need willing people that are willing to like be creative and hoop.
Yeah, but like you think of like the time of Dwight Howard or those guys back then, where it was fun because you those are the superstars and they're doing these fancy plays. That's why I thought it was fun watching that one play of Bam where he bounced it off Joker and he comes around and then shoots a three. It's like
fun.
That's fun, It's like okay.
One of my favorite things was when Luka and Joker kept passing it to each other. The ball didn't touch the ground. There was a play that they went from one side of the court to the other one, and it was just passing the ball back to each other, back to each other, back to each other. It was like 10 passes, and then they finished with a layup. That was fun. That was pretty fun.
The All-Star game is fun, bro. Like, I don't know what people are mad about. I think it's fun. I like everybody watches basketball nowadays, honestly. Let's be honest, for offense. And you got plenty of it.
Oh, yeah. And what's funny? LeBron made the comment, and it's true. The league wanted this. The league wanted to get scoring up. And now they're complaining that there's lazier defenders. That's why very few franchises, if you notice, if you look at the analytics, very few franchises have like shut down basketball defenders.
I thought it was hilarious. He went to the referee and started complaining. The referee was like, "What?" Oh man, it is what it is. But Clutch, man, we haven't talked in a while about the Heat. Your thoughts on the Heat, man, and how do you think they're going to be on this second half of the season?
Listen, last year we had the exact same record, right? And I said we weren't going anywhere. And we somehow ended up in the finals. So I'm smart enough to not do this again and say, yeah, we're not going anywhere. But I do think I do like the little pickups that have been made. I mean, Terry Rozier, he was starting to come into his own. He got hurt. That's unfortunate. But that brought the way for DeLon. Yeah, DeLon Wright, who's
All right.
I think he was like a top 3 steals guy in the league last year.
Yeah,
or something like that. That's something like Spo loves. You got like a player that people say, oh, he's probably just going to be a depth piece, but like he can play his way into the rotation just by playing defense because that's what Spo looks for.
Yeah.
But in general, like we kind of like touched on it. Like Jimmy Butler hasn't been there half the season, and somehow they've found ways to win without him, and they've also found ways to lose. Your boy, I think both of your boys, right? Jovic. I like him a lot, but like people say, why doesn't he play? Why doesn't he play? Because he doesn't follow up his good performances with good performances.
He's not consistent.
Yeah. What I mean, he doesn't follow up his great performances with good performances. That's what I meant, because he needs to show like he can't go from 24 points in one night and then just 3. And that's the reason Spo just doesn't play him. If he can like find a nice middle ground, drop 10, have some ball handling in there, hit your threes, he's a perfect player. But like that's why you can't play somebody. Jovic is not going to be a rotation player in the playoffs. And time is I don't think he is. And I think time is running out on Jovic.
I'll tell you.
Okay. I'm waiting for this one.
Hey, Alex, your brutally honest opinion of James Harden for our Harden lover, Georgette, who's tuning in.
Right now about James Harden?
Brutally honest opinion of James Harden.
I mean, shit. Brutally honest opinion. I think he's in a perfect scenario for him. I think he's gonna make it to the finals, and he might have a shot at winning the title this year if no one gets hurt. And Sixers didn't know how to use him right the last year. That's my brutal honest opinion. Sixers didn't use him the right way.
The Sixers can't use anybody the right way.
And Brett, just to let you know, yes, Georgette is a Philadelphia 76ers fan. She lives in Philly. Brett is a Philadelphia 76ers and Phillies fan. He's a Dolphins fan, though, not an Eagles fan.
I got to give it to the Sixers. The Buddy Hield acquisition is very solid.
Yeah, it was really good. Really good.
If this is your shot. This is your
How
shot.
about Doc Rivers, dude? That was a great hire. A great move by the Bucks. They fired their coach. I mean, it's worked out so far, right? Doc Rivers, man. What a hire.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Bunch of
you have
dumbasses.
The All-Star Game MVP just like deferring to Bobby Portis.
Yeah. Oh, man, Jesus.
When he should be passing the ball to Jimmy Butler and Bam.
Yeah.
He's out in Milwaukee.
Look, one thing, Clutch, that you said that you mentioned about Jovic. One of the things, because I know exactly what games you're talking about. The second game, I know he was in foul trouble, so his minutes were limited, and it kind of takes him away from the runs. The thing about this that we talked about injuries and being a blessing in disguise. Rozier goes down, right? Jason Richardson goes down. Unfortunately, sometimes when you have too much on your roster, it takes those moments for you to play some guys that you want to play, just to see how it looks. And obviously, behind the scenes, this has been brewing for a while. There's a reason they've tried to implement Jovic here and there, but in my opinion, he has gotten to the point where I'm not talking about starting or not. I can make 2 arguments for him to start next to Bam, even when Jimmy comes back. Before Rozier comes back and they leave Robinson in the starting lineup, I think that lineup could be great.
I don't think there's a possible way you take Robinson out of the starting lineup. I don't think there's.
For now, no. Now, I do have a scenario, and once again, this is because of injuries creating this possibility for you. I do have a scenario where you bring Rozier off the bench, and he is your 6th man off the bench. But now, with DeLon Wright, like you said, his insurance, he could be a rotational piece in the playoffs. We got to see Richardson when he comes back. Like, sometimes it's a good problem to have, but sometimes it is a problem when you have too many players you want to play because you second guess yourself a lot of times as a coach. And then I'm like, damn, I should have played him more. I should have played that. But I do believe, and this is my honest opinion, this is unbiased. I'm not trying to be a homer, and I'm independent when it comes to like the talent evaluation. I got no problem whatsoever. I do believe Jovic has played himself to where you cannot not play him, because what he does for your team, there's no other person that you have on your roster that it does it for you. And I'm very intrigued where that's why I said I do believe he can start next to Bam. I believe that's his best scenario for the future. This year, I do have him a scenario where he is in the bench role, but he comes in obviously, and how you stagger your lineups with Jaime, with Love. He's shown that he can play with those because he does what no one on the team really does, except maybe Rozier at times. He pushes the pace. If you notice, when when Jovic rebounds, he's automatically gone, and the teams go with him. And you start seeing that becomes contagious. He's improved so much as a shooter that he can be a stand up shooter at times in the corner, and he can create offense even through there. So I do think he has the talent and the versatility to play with Jimmy. I think he can play with Hero fine. He plays magnificently with Bam, and that solves also your size issues because he's a great rebounder. So there's many scenarios here you can go where I can see Jovic starting. I can see him coming off the bench, but for guaranteed, I think he's at a point where he is going to be part of the rotation, and it's better for him now. So when it comes playoff times, he's ready to go
I
because
mean,
he's
Alex,
building. Huh?
there's another side of the ball. It's
Yeah,
not just. I mean,
and he's improved dramatically
he's
defensively.
he's kind of a turnstile.
Mm.
I
I
mean,
saw
he had
I saw him only
one
get
very
beat
solid
twice.
performance against what was it? The 24-point game. He had really good defense. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna.
and against Giannis, he only got beat twice baseline,
Yeah,
but he played
yeah.
solid defense on Giannis.
But then, like the following game, you become a turnstile, so you don't know what you're getting with him.
It was called. He got into foul trouble quickly, man. So I'll judge it now when he comes off the break. I want to see how Spo comes off the break because really the rotation is going to stay the same. Like
I
Martin's
mean,
going to
you got to
start,
assume
Robertson's
Jimmy
going to
Butler
start.
might be ready to come back.
Oh,
So that's
exactly.
an immediate problem right there. Who's going to go out of the starting lineup?
You
Because
know
that
what's
starting lineup has been doing work
you know
in the
what's
last few
crazy?
games.
I think Martin. I think Martin might go back to the bench when Jimmy comes in. I think he's going to experiment with
How
Hero,
long is Jimmy
Robinson,
out
Butler.
for? How long do we
Uh,
expect him?
He should be back by next game on Friday because he had a death in the family, so they grant him a leave of absence. He should be back,
Okay.
but because it wasn't injury related or anything, Now Richardson, we should get back probably like in 2 weeks. Rozier maybe a little bit earlier, depending on the knee. Me particularly, I would probably hold him out a little bit more, because Richardson was a separated shoulder, but supposedly there was no ligament damage or anything. So it just comes to rehab, and then how fast can you get him out there? Because you want to have your rotation intact before playoffs. But like Clutch said, bro, DeLon Wright. That's why people talk so much shit about the Heat and Pat Riley sleeping and we need to sign these guys. But tell me a better Clutch. Tell me a better.
Ralphie boy.
This is 2 years in a row, man. This is 2 years in a row where we have a buyout signing that could be part of the rotation the following year as well. We got Kevin Love last year, which Cleveland could have used the Kevin Love with the experience, and Cleveland's on a roll. And we got DeLon Wright on the cheap, and he's probably one of your best point of attack defenders right now in the NBA, which is a weakness of ours. So I think we've made progress. I don't know. Did you feel anybody else in the buyout market? Because I know people were going for Danilo. I didn't want Danilo because I already have a younger version of that, and I want someone quicker. I want defense. So is there anybody else that you saw, bro, that you're like, man, we should have gotten this guy?
Man, there was a moment where I thought the Heat were definitely getting Danilo.
Oh yeah,
But just not because I wanted it, but because Pat Riley always seems to go back to what
go back to his
what he
guys.
went
Yeah.
after before. Because Danilo was very close to being part of that Iguodala trade and being on the Heat.
Do you remember that? Because
Yeah.
he didn't agree to we didn't agree to the money for the
Yeah,
extension.
yeah. They announced the Iguodala trade immediately. Woj said, "Oh, they're working on a three-team trade to bring Danilo in," and then it just didn't happen. And then we got Crowder, ended up working out for us. We went to the finals.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, but as for your question, I mean, considering like teams in the buyout market just like get players just to get players.
Yeah.
But the Heat just seem to consider fit a lot more than other teams.
Yes.
And they needed what Love brought to the table last season, and now they need what DeLon's bringing to the table this season. So I think he's obviously, a lot of people compared it because they both played great defensive. He kind of replaces what we lost with Gabe.
Yes.
Except Gabe is more of a shot maker, but on defense he makes up for what we lost with Gabe, and that's what we need. We need a guard who can defend the basketball. I don't think we have a proper defender at the guard position other than Delon.
They use Martin a lot. They use Martin when Caleb Martin starts. That's one of the things that you see. Like, I'm on full screen. When Caleb Martin starts, that's what you kind of see him do. He always defends the primary point of attack. Like, he defends the Drew Holidays. He'll defend the Damian Lillards.
And that kind of takes away from like Caleb going
exactly
with the wings, with the bigger wings in the league, with Jason Tatum and all them guys.
Bro, you know what's funny? What I see DeLon Wright is, I kind of see him as a younger version of Patrick Beverly, but a little bit more athletic in regards to his build and all that. And he's only 31. Like, that to me is insane. People are getting bought out left and right. He's 31 years old. And obviously there's a Heat familiarity with it. And I know we haven't talked since. Did we talk after the season started, Clutch, or no? We talked before the
we
season,
might have
right?
talked once, but like after, like off stream. Like,
what about? Well, I know me and Bobby talked about it in the summer league. What about Alondes Williams, man?
I mean,
that boy play
during his first game, I was harsh on him because, and I shouldn't have been, because it's his first NBA game. He's not going to be great. But
it's the Connor Williams situation.
Yeah, but I'm back. I was all the way back in when I saw the Rising Stars game, and he just nailing shots over Wembanyama.
He is talented, man. It's insane to me. We got Jamal Cain, Orlando Robinson, Alondes Williams. Those are players that could be rotational pieces in a year if you need them to be. And Alondes Williams is a flat out scorer, bro. He's a flat out hooper.
I think he's gonna overtake Jamal Cain.
It's one of those
eventually. Eventually, Jamal Cain's. I think he's gonna be out of here because I think Alondes Williams is just better. And everybody it's all fun and games. Everybody makes fun of the Heat do this, the Heat do that. It's all fun and games until they have this random this random guy just
dropping 20
in the Eastern Conference Finals.
They don't understand.
It's all fun and games.
Yeah, keep on, and that's why everybody's freaking out. No one wants to play Miami in the playoffs. No one. And honestly, even against, and I'm telling you this is unbiased. I'm completely unbiased. I still think the number one competition, we might have some issue with certain size, which I think that's when Jovic comes in, like against the Clevelands of the East. But there's no team in the East, even Boston, when we play them the right way, I'm not intimidated by Boston. Milwaukee, I don't even think it'll be a series. I think we can honestly sweep Milwaukee. Like, I don't see us having any issues whatsoever with Milwaukee unless we just miss, where we go like 10 for like 45 from 3 and we can't hit. But there's no team in the East, the way they're built, that intimidates me, that I don't think we can not overcome or take them in a 7-game series.
Yeah, it's
Georgette, you're right on the money. When he says, I'm totally being unbiased, I'm not looking at a player. When Alex starts to say that, be prepared.
Where am I coming?
Biasness.
Where am I coming? Was I biased in regards to actual team build? Is there any team, Bobby, right now in the East that scares you as a Miami Heat fan? I'm built.
I told you this last year. Again, I think the Heat are a different beast in the playoffs. There's not one team. But, if we had to be realistic, you got to say, like, Boston is strong. They got better in the offseason, right? That might be one. But I just love that Georgette just started watching you just a couple episodes in, and she's realized every time you say, Alex, this is your poker thing.
I'm not biased.
You start going, I'm not going to be biased here.
I'm passionate. So people confuse that with biasm.
You're damn right,
Georgette. Biasm?
Preach. I'm going to put this on very fast.
That's right.
It's like,
there you go. Nice.
Bobby, is there a cowboy looking over his shoulder? Yes, that is Doc Holliday. Yes, I switched out the image of Marino. I put Doc Holliday. I got Wyatt Earp too. I've had all those in the closet. I'm like, let's start switching that out. I probably put if I could get like all different images, I'll start putting them in there. Is there a dog barking? What was that?
Yeah, that's my dog.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. But Ralph, glad that your comment, you're tuning in. I hope you're feeling good, my man. I'll give you a call if you're still in the hospital. God bless you. Love you. We'll talk soon. What about Jock Vaughn, Alex, or Clutch? Jock Vaughn. Hey, look at my man. enemies. That's Alex's father, the legend. Love that guy. America. That's Alex's mother. Those are his parents, everybody. That's him.
He says he loves you.
I love you. I'll see you soon. They're looking good, man. They're looking good. Oh, man. I love those people, man. That's my family right there, dude. Ralph says hi. Ralph saying hi. But Jacques Vaughn got fired this morning.
On his off day. That's crazy.
I was surprised by that, man.
I was too.
I mean, he seemed, they're a young team, and he seemed to be a great leader for that youth. So I don't know if something internal happened. This is, again, second year in a row. Steve Nash got fired last year. Jacques Vaughn got fired last year. Unless there's a coach on the rise, they're probably going to promote, obviously, from within. But I was really surprised by that move because I thought they were improving little by little.
Excuse me, guys. My internet ran out, so I had to go use my phone, the 5G on my phone. I started realizing it started glitching. So, but anyway, let's see if we could do this. Let's pop this here. Get some
Clutch. Hey, I want your opinion, guys. Do you think, because I know they talked about it, do you think it's fair because we're judging Sabrina and Steph shooting from the men's regulation size, right? If I think the part of the cool evolution, if they can do like kind of like the women's 3-point line and the male's 3-point line, I think that would be pretty cool. If we could do an event, or it could be a tag team. Like if you could, those are the, I don't know if people remember when in the All-Star games, when you have to have different competitions, maybe even like a 3-on-3 tournament we could do. I know they talked a lot about 1-on-1 tournaments. So it's things like, or a game of horse. That would be pretty cool to see that live. So, damn, I didn't know Sabrina. Yeah, Sabrina was shooting. She was shooting from the 3, and she was knocking them, bro. She started, I think, 6 for 6.
She made as many threes as the men did in the entire 3-point shootout.
Bro, she is a knockdown, man. I'm telling you, she's probably the best shooter of. Still, I know people that are really young and Clutch. You probably know about her. I know Bobby does, but Cheryl Miller. I don't think there's a basketball player that has been like Cheryl Miller in regards to talent wise. And we never got a chance to see her because she got an ACL tear and her career was over before she went overseas, like in the 80s. Now ACL tears, you're coming back in 5-6 months and you're playing better even than you were before. So I love what the NBA is trying to help do with the WNBA, incorporate them so you can have more like mid-season like that. Even though it's their off season, like there's a lot of talented women in the WNBA, bro, that they can compete. I know some girl basketball players that can beat half of our boys team. Like there's legit talent there. So I wouldn't mind a co-ed 3-on-3 as part of the All-Star game. I think there's really cool ways that we can keep evolving the game and make it entertaining for everybody.
That's what All-Star Weekend should be like, I think. You know, you have some of those talent. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Hey, man, when my daughter's an athlete.
He won her back. He won her back.
Yeah, that's right.
I got you. I'm not being biased. I'm just being a feminist king. That's what I'm going to start saying.
There you go. Got to make a t-shirt for that. Feminist king. Oh, gosh. Minnesota Timberwolves extended Mike Conley for 2 years, $21 million.
That's a great signing. Right? It happened today?
Yeah, right now.
Great signing, bro. Hey, and Anthony Edwards, Bob, you know, I've told you about this off camera and all that. My favorite player in the NBA is Ant Edwards. If there is a player that I can just watch play, is Anthony Edwards, man. And Karl Anthony Towns. I know we make fun of him a lot, and we like to talk about his toughness, but, bro, he can shoot, man. Karl Anthony Towns can ball. He has that weird body where you kind of feel like
I watched that one,
but he can play, bro.
And I was sold because you were telling me for a while, like, Bobby, you got to watch more of this kid. And there was one time on TV, and I just put him on, and it was like there's players, you know, when there's star players that people love, and when I watch them, I just don't get sold on them. I just can't see it.
Yeah.
But he's not that guy. Like he grabbed my attention the way he played, you know, and he did an also. We bounced it off the glass, took it back, and dunked it in. I'm like,
yes.
All right, going off, bro.
those are the things that when I see about Anthony Edwards, and I always mention it, there's like you just said, there's athletes that jump at you. There's athletes that you kind of see and you're like, okay, I can see he's very talented, but he has this, and that. Anthony Edwards, his whole demeanor, his whole attitude, he will take a team on his shoulder. And you're talking about a perennial superstar when you see him. He has a personality. He's not afraid of anybody, which is what you love. And as a coach, you're just seeing that. I'm like, bro, I will go to war with him. And to me, it's always cool to see because he's very close with Spo. He got very close with Coach Spo during the offseason, during the Olympics, the Olympic runner up. What was it? The World Classic Games. It was the World. I forgot
World
World Cup. The World Cup games for basketball. So those are things that relationships are important, man. And you see, Bam knows everybody, and people even think about this. And this is the last time I'm gonna say this. I do believe, and this is me being genuinely unbiased. I'm gonna be calm about it.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
You're about to hear the most biased take right now.
No, that's right.
I do believe that Jimmy will win his championship here in Miami, but it might be even closer to the point where he retires because this team is going to be evolved even more with Tyler, with Bam, with Jovic, with Jaime. Like you have 20-year-olds, you have 4 or 5 20-year-old cornerstone pieces that Jimmy becomes more of a distributor. He's still your go-to guy. When you need a bucket, you're still going to go to Jimmy. When you need to get to a free throw line, you're still going to go to Jimmy. You're still going to play through Jimmy. But Jimmy's role, and Jimmy loves being a facilitator. So when the team gets that down packed and the ball is moving, Jimmy could literally be averaging, like we said, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and you're going to be winning constantly because there's that flow. You know, and when Jimmy takes on that role, and I do believe he has no issue whatsoever taking that role, it just comes down to a whole team mentality build, and you play off of that. And I do believe we're going to be more successful as Jimmy gets older because of the evolution of the people around him.
Yeah, Jimmy, like, believe it or not, like I have this weird take that he doesn't want to do what he does in the playoffs. He would much rather have his teammates succeed, but he doesn't.
Yes.
Because nobody else is steps up like he does. He's literally begging and waiting for somebody to take the baton from him.
Yeah.
To be that guy, and nobody's doing it yet. Right now, like we all love Bam, we all love Tyler, but they're not taking the baton from Jimmy anytime soon. They haven't. Bam just doesn't. I just don't think he has the offensive skill set to take the baton from Jimmy. I think the guy in this current structure to have to do it would be Tyler, and I don't know how that's gonna work out.
Well, and that's why I think the Heat were, and especially Jimmy, was lobbying so hard for like a Lillard, who if he was on this team, would be able to. It's such a great take by Clutch because it's true. That's why they wanted to make that move. That's why Jimmy was hammering for that move, was to get someone that to be able to, he could take a step back and not be that guy, that he could be someone he wanted. And Damian Lillard could be that guy, especially for this type of Heat team, but they didn't get it done. And so
how is it
not having him now, but could be
I have like
playoffs. Go ahead, Clutch.
I have a rant building up inside me every time we talk about Lillard, and it's crazy. But how is it that everybody gets what they want in the NBA? But when Miami's involved, no, you can't get that. It has to be Joe Cronin saying, no, we don't want Jaime Jaquez, who's one of the best rookies this year. We don't want Jovic, who's really improved. We don't want Tyler Hero on our team. No, we would rather have Malcolm Brogdon. We would rather have Robert Williams on one knee.
And DeAndre
Ayton, the first overall, one of the biggest busts since what's that guy, Bennett?
Anthony Bennett.
Yeah, like,
what's up, dude?
How do you look at that return and be like, yeah, that's better?
Bro, still to this day, I don't know how. I don't know who told them. Yes, because I understood he acquired more first-round picks for Drew Holiday and all that. That's perfect, amazing. But I still don't know the thought process of him watching the return. And I'm like, how don't you want? I mean, you weren't going to get Jovic, Jaime, and Hero, but you were going to get possibly one of them or two of them. How did you see the return? And you're like, you know what? No, I'm okay. I think it was. I'm not going to send you to Miami.
Yeah, I just think it was a total, like, I'm not working with you. I'm going to work with everyone else but you because my guy wants to go to you. I think that's what it was. And I think it's going to end up biting him in the end. He wasn't going to last anyway, even if he made the trade to Miami. They were going to fire his ass anyway.
He's gone. I genuinely think he's gone by
and
this.
For Brooklyn Nets, Kevin Ollie is a potential target for Brooklyn.
Oh, he used to be the UConn coach.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're saying right now that he's a potential target for the Brooklyn Nets.
Is he on staff? Is he on staff this year or no? Or he's just like going to be an outside hire?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm just following up. But I'm sorry. I'll remember too when Clutch is on not to talk about Dame. I'm sorry, Clutch.
Wait, what?
I won't talk about Dame no more. I'll be careful when you're on.
But how does everybody get what they want in the NBA? But no, not Lillard.
Because people think that's what happens with Miami. There are legitimate people, a thought process that says that he always get all the guy. Everybody wants to go to Miami, but it's whether they want to go, they never go. Kevin Durant.
He has never gotten their guy. They haven't gotten their guy since Goran Dragic.
That's what I'm saying. Right?
Well, we got Terry Rozier.
I mean, yes. Okay. Finally, somebody wanted to go to Miami and they let it happen. Thank God. We traded Kyle Lowry. Thank you, everybody.
Bro, we traded Kyle Lowry basically for Terry Rozier and DeLon Wright. Like, think about that. Kyle Lowry in a first for Terry Rozier. If I would have told them at the beginning of the year, we're like, bro, Alex, you're crazy. I'm like, I can't watch what's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen.
I'm so mad right now. Like, you just brought out all the feelings from before.
Clutch is like, you know what? I made a mistake.
I don't want to be on with you guys anymore.
James Harden, who's been nothing but toxic to everybody. He's like, no, I want to go to the Clippers. Okay, go to the Clippers. But no, Damian Lillard, the most loyal guy in the NBA, wants to go to Miami. No, screw you. Go to Milwaukee.
And bro, I don't think we're gonna. It's crazy to me because I don't think Dame's gonna win in Milwaukee. And Milwaukee has a decision to make in a year or two, because you have the situation. Giannis already extended, but who do you have around Giannis? Dame didn't want to go to Milwaukee. Yeah, Giannis is there. He's gonna have fun. But if you don't win this year, right? If you don't win next year, what does he do in Milwaukee? You have to move him again. He's gonna move because he has 2 years left on his contract, if I'm not mistaken. So you have to build around Giannis. But how do you build around Giannis when you don't got any capital? You don't have any youth around them. And
you have Middleton under contract.
You have Middleton under contract. Milwaukee might be in a situation where they have to trade Giannis to rebuild. If Giannis says, because you have to trade him before he decides to retire or before he leaves. Like, there's no other build in Milwaukee. Like, there's no other option.
You noticed that Giannis made a comment like a week before the Lillard trade.
Yes,
and
bro.
Yeah. They made the trade out of that panic just to keep Giannis happy.
And now stupid, man.
Now they hired Doc Rivers, and yeah.
Honestly, they were better off with Jrue Holiday in the long term for them, because he's not Dame Lillard, but he provides you what you need. You need defense. You need perimeter defense. Dame Lillard is not a good defender. Like, he'll defend, but he's not at any point close to what Jrue Holiday is. Then you get Danilo now. Yeah, you're gonna have more scoring. Middleton is hurt. Middleton is older. Brook regressed a little bit, but there's no youth there, man. There's nothing else coming. It's either if Dame Lillard gets hurt or Giannis gets hurt, that's it. There's no team in Milwaukee. Like, you're not going to win anything. So, I don't know, man. Those are one of those moves that honestly, when I saw it, I didn't see it as a championship move. I saw it as a desperate move. And I'm like, people are like, oh my God, Milwaukee. I'm like, that's not a good move for them, bro, because they don't have anything else. So, I mean,
you really had to get in our fucking freaking business.
Of course, bro. Of course. Well, supposedly, we offered more for Jrue Holiday than we did for Dame to Portland.
Yeah, but the thing is, we didn't get a chance to offer for Dame because they didn't want to talk to us.
Exactly. So,
I'm so mad.
Pisses me off so much, bro. It's like one of those things, like, motherfucker, you didn't call me when I wanted to trade for your guy, but now you acquired Jrue Holiday, and now you're going to take my offer? I would have just lowballed them on purpose. I'm like, get out of here, man. I don't want to deal with you.
I don't want the Heat to trade with Portland ever, for anybody.
Ever.
Even if Jeremy Grant becomes available for a second-round pick, no, I don't want that. Just because I'm petty.
You see, you couldn't be the GM of a team because you would
couldn't. No, I don't want to deal with it. And I don't want to deal with Milwaukee either because they want to get into other people's business for no reason.
You have like the no call list. Like Clutch, they're calling you from Portland. Who? From Portland? No, I'm not here. I'm not available. Tell them I'm in a meeting.
No, don't talk to me. Don't talk to that. Like my caller ID for Portland will be that bald motherfucker. That would be on my screen whenever.
You know what's crazy?
Calls me.
You know what's crazy? Those are one of those calls that end up being owner to owner because the GM and the GM won't talk to each other because of that. Like that's legit. Like there's some dealings.
Jimmy
that,
was so mad when that trade happened.
Oh,
you remember like back then the
yes.
IG post?
Yeah,
he was
man.
like they need to be investigated.
Dude, I'm telling you, because it's something that, okay, I understand legally you can do that. Yeah, he's under contract. You can trade him anywhere. That's fine. Perfect. Amazing. You can give me all the legal explanations, etc. But there's a moral part to this. When a player has reached a status act, you're going to try to get him to the destination that you want him to go. Obviously, you want the best package in return. So at least if they would have gotten a good package, and something that pissed me off the most, all these writers, I forgot who it was, Wojnarowski. He was explaining how, it was a really better package than they thought that they were going to receive. I'm like, what? What are you talking about, bro? Just because he got more picks?
Woj was twerking for Joe Cronin the entire offseason.
Of course.
He was just straight up like feeding everything that Cronin gave him. Everything. He dropped an article, dropping some fact fiction about, don't settle.
Yeah.
Screw you.
My God,
Screw
bro.
You,
that don't settle.
As everyone could see, let me just remind everybody, you're watching East 10th Street Boys straight out of Hialeah on the Finstock Sports Network, a special President's Day edition, live at our first time being noon, starting at noon today. As you can tell, Heat fans, we are still in our feelings about the whole Portland Miami mess.
No, imagine Damian Lillard though. Like, right, you're going through a divorce, right? You're gonna be single. You're thinking about
when you tell your wife you're going to Miami and you end up in Milwaukee, I'd probably want a divorce too.
Oh Lord! All right.
Oh. Hey Bob, you're wearing Milwaukee colors, man.
Huh?
I just noticed this. You're wearing Milwaukee colors. That's wrong, bro. That's wrong, dog.
Surprise!
He's been riling me up on purpose.
Dame Lillard. Dame Lillard. Just keep saying it.
He has a Dame Lillard jersey on right now. The Bucks one.
Let me just remind everybody, too, don't forget, tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern time on the Finstock Sports Network, talking NFL draft, Miami Dolphins draft. We'll be we're talking on defensive tackles tonight. And then we'll, of course, discuss a lot of the hot rumors going around in the NFL draft. Plus, of course, we'll do the Miami mock draft as well. All right, we're at that moment in time where we do random ass questions.
Oh, best time ever.
So for everyone tuning in, and for Clutch, who's in our background there, we'll have a chance to answer. You answer in the comments. Alex answers first. Clutch, you could follow up, and then I'll finish it. So we'll go 5 random questions. You ready?
Ready to go? Clutch, you ready?
Sure. I don't know what this is, but I'm ready.
Yeah, this is your first time on East.
Yeah, first time.
That's right. All right.
If the team you want doesn't acquire the player they want, what do you do? Oh, no! God.
We don't usually talk sports.
I'll just leave.
Okay. Do you prefer a beach or mountain vacation?
Oh, shit, man. Depends. I love both. God damn it. Honest answer, depends on the mood. But if I had to pick one, I'll go for my beach because I'm a tropical, so I'll go with the beach.
I'm most surprised because for me, I think it would be where you are. So like you're in Miami, so you got a beach right there. I would figure you'd go somewhere you don't have usually. For me,
okay.
Where I'm in Tennessee right now, I prefer the beach location.
Oh, okay.
So I would love a mountain cabin in the woods.
Got you.
Scenario.
So place of living also takes into play. Like if you only
that's
have to
what I would think.
Okay. My bad.
I got it in my backyard. Let me go ahead
you.
and Clutch. What do you think, man? Mountain or beach?
Does the mountain include snow?
I would say yes.
If it does, then mountain. Because you kind of nailed it. Like I've lived in Miami almost my entire life, and I kind of like want something else. Like I have the beach there at my disposal almost every day. So give me a mountain.
That's why. Like it's like like I said, I'm a tropical guy. Well, that's what I'm saying. You live near the beach, so why the hell would you go vacation at the beach? You probably want to go somewhere you hardly ever go to. Oh, let me experience the mountain. Look at this water and sand. I'm gonna go travel, pay $1,000 to go see this water.
I just thought we were in an even playing field where you had to pick one of those two.
No.
So I can take it to where I live.
Critical thinking.
Oh, here we go. Critical thinking. All right, Bucks, man.
I'll start with Clutch on this one there. What is your favorite season?
I'm weird. I love the winter.
Me too. I'm down, dude. I love the cold, man.
Basketball season and winter.
That was,
Yeah, I should have just said that basketball season. Is my favorite season.
I would say
He just left us like
They cut him off again.
What a perfect time to get cut off.
Tati put summer and then cut him off.
A cliffhanger. A cliffhanger.
I love this, man. This is awesome, bro. But let me see while he comes back. I do love there's something about Clutch, obviously you're not here. But today I woke up and I felt it's crazy. In the morning, it felt like I was in the north. It was like 50 degrees. There was no sun out. It was all cloudy. And now it's Miami weather. It's sunny, 70, 80s. So I have both seasons today here.
Hey, the Titans
welcome back.
The Tennessee Titans, for whatever reason. It's a Tennessee Titans. I'm like, you messed up my show. What are you calling me for? It's all right. Internet sucks today.
Are they calling you to renew your season tickets to a Tennessee Titans?
No, they're probably trying to get me to get season tickets.
New stadium, reserved now.
I went one time with a friend to the game who's a season ticket. I got,
Well, probably they're trying to tell you that they got a trade with Tyreek Hill.
First of all, how you doing? Thank you for joining the show. We appreciate you. Come here.
Did you just say they acquired Tyreek Hill?
Hold on. Come here. Hold on, Tristan. Let's get Tristan's take. First off, this is my son Tristan Melendez, the one and only MVP. Hey, so Tristan, the Dolphins. You know how they finished this year, my man. I know you were happy that the Chiefs won because you like Pacheco.
I'm happy that they won the Super Bowl, but I'm not happy that they won against the Dolphins.
I understand. He wasn't happy that they beat the Dolphins, but he's happy that the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. But what do you think the Dolphins should do with our quarterback?
Trade Tua Tagovailoa for Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, okay. Did you get that trade? Tua Tagovailoa for Patrick Mahomes.
For Patrick Mahomes. Okay. Yeah, smart man.
All right. So you think they should trade the quarterback?
Yes.
You blame the quarterback because they lost the playoffs?
Yes.
Do. Okay.
You have been listening.
This is all him. This ain't me. This is him during a game. Dude.
He's reading the script. Look at that. Look, you see, he's looking to the side.
You gave him notes. You gave him notes before this. You blacked out to give him notes.
I see this. This is all coordinated, bro. I'm telling you.
All right, Tristan Fitz talk, everybody.
This is propaganda. Look at this.
This was scripted.
Jeez.
Or probably Josh Allen.
No, he said go get Josh Allen. All right, but I'm with you about the winter. I like the fall and the winter. I love that type of weather. I don't like this. Summer's okay, but it's like it gets too damn hot, dude. Like I like bundling up, or I like the fall where I can wear something like this and just chill. I just love that.
But I was telling Clutch Bobby today in Miami. I woke up like if we were in the north, it was like in the 50s and like cloudy, and then already it's a 1:30 over here, like almost 2:00. It's already Miami weather where it's sunny in the 70s, 80s. So I got both seasons today. Like extreme winters, extreme winters suck, but I love the 60s, 50s, high 40s. That is perfect.
I wonder what the weather's gonna be on Saturday when I'm doing the walk.
It should be chilly. It's I think there's a little cold front. I'll check for you real quick.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Do you like to read or listen to audiobooks?
It's gonna be in the 50s, Bob.
Dude, that's beautiful. I
56,
love that.
56, okay. 60s, high of 76. So you came at the perfect time, bro. Sunny.
Perfect.
It's not gonna rain for a week.
Perfect. That's great because Tati wants to go to the beach, so not to take her. Nice. But Alex, do you like to read or listen to audiobooks?
I like to read. I don't like listening to audiobooks. The audio is songs. I like to read.
Tati can't read, so she listens to audiobooks.
She can't.
She can't read.
Do not say that, then.
Tristan, shut up. The show. Do not do that.
Don't talk about mommy that way.
That's what it is. Yeah. But no, she likes audiobooks. What about you, Clutch? Do you read or listen to audiobooks?
I'd probably just say read. It's not even like I like reading like that, but I just don't like audiobooks.
I was going to ask you that. Do you like to read or do you read? And then I just made fun of my wife joking around, said she can't read even though she could. And I want you to think I was doing the same to you. That's why I said, do you like to read books? So,
I can read. I can read, Bobby. I can read.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure, we just throw that out there. That's okay if somebody can't read. I'm not saying nothing. Some people can't. That's okay.
You imagine you're canceled by illiterate people, but they can't even type anything or they can't even say anything.
There's a bunch of misspellings on the chat.
I take 10 months to read a book. Yeah, it's true. I got her a book from someone she likes, and I don't think she read it.
She hasn't read it. Of course not, bro.
But she hasn't read it.
She bought the audio version of it.
And even then. You know, it was funny yesterday. Talk about reading. I took the kids to Barnes and Noble.
Okay.
And I just love going there. I love, you know, I do like going there once in a while and, you know, go, okay, pick out a book. And but when I was there, and Clutch might get a kick out of this, Alex maybe, but Clutch more probably. But you know, one of the things I loved, you know, what brought me back was I went to the magazine section, really look at see if there was any draft magazines, and there wasn't yet. But as I was hanging out with Tristan walking through the store, I didn't really get a chance to look at any books because, you know, I was following Tristan, showing him all the books, and then, you know, and then he was bored and I had to take a bath from him, and Audrey wanted to have coffee and look at a book and whatever. And anyway, I go to the magazine section and I see this magazine here, and it legitimately brought me back. It gave me, I don't know if you guys ever had that feeling that kind of brings you back to your childhood.
Of course.
And it was, I told Tristan, man, I mean, I remember what I got. I'll show you what I got. I saw this and it brought me back. Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
Holy shit.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right? And it's a collector's edition, which is crazy. And it's about, you know, it tells you like, okay, the best wrestler, the best male wrestler, female wrestler, best match. You know, my daughter's favorite group, the Judgment Day. She's in love with this guy, drives me nuts.
That is awesome, bro.
But anyway,
wait, was that Finn or Dom?
Go ahead.
Was that Finn or Dom, Bobby?
Dominic.
Dom.
Man. Yeah, dude. You know, we go back and forth. You know, she's like, well, the NWO sucks. I was like, you don't even know. Don't even dare compare NWO with Judgment Day. However, it brings me back because I would say it brought me back to when I was a kid and I would go to go visit my father on the weekends. When my parents were separated, so I would go to my dad's house on the weekends, and we'd either drive to or walk to the 7-Eleven, and you know, we'd buy candy and stuff. And I would go to the magazine section, and I would pick up the Pro Wrestling Illustrated, you know, and so it brought me back. So I just thought it was so cool. So I have it here. I'm going to be looking at it. But yeah, cool division there. You got the Judgment Day, which is not better than the NWO. Judgment Day sucks. Dominic says, "Hey, I didn't see you there. How you doing?" Look, guys, here's my daughter, Audrey. Okay, look at her shirt. Guys, look at her shirt. Help me. Judgment Day. It doesn't end. It doesn't end. You know?
It's better than NWO anyway.
All right, you know what? Anyway, she doesn't know. She
get out.
She's just a child. But
he's just a child.
You know, she's just a
Yeah,
child.
she doesn't know that.
But all right, so here's a funny. What job besides NBA GM, Alex? What job would you be terrible at?
What job would I be terrible at? Oh man.
Besides NBA GM is crazy. I think that just went.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll take care of that after the show. That's just jealousy. Right. Holy shit! I gotta think about that. Oh, okay. Shit. I'm pretty confident what I do, but I'm trying to think now something that's important that I would absolutely suck at. You know what?
As a movie usher.
I did that.
Let me see. I'll be bad as I want to say I might be semi bad at counseling because like I have a tough time. Like I could give good advice, but I have a tough time putting up with like bullshit that is like that's not necessary.
Yeah, I know.
I'll be one of those people like, why are you crying? Like there's nothing wrong with it. But you don't understand. No, I don't. It'll be $15 on the way out. Thank you. No, I have empathy. I am empathetic. I believe that there's overreactions for certain things that are over dramatic. And my wife's saying that I'm not empathetic. I am pretty empathetic, but you know, there's some things that I don't have to be empathetic about. No. Okay. Empathy is that you feel you've been in the place and you actually empathize with the person. Sympathy is like you kind of feel for the person, but you don't really you haven't gone through the experience with it. But No, but there's also a difference, and people
Guys, just to let you know, that voice you hear is the one, is the only.
My wife.
That's Alex's wife. That's Jamila, man.
Working. By the way,
living legend in the background there. And she does. That's not just because it's the show. She does that in life too, dude.
Yeah, it's just there.
She'll be like 3 rooms down. You'd be like, anyway, dinosaurs. And she's like, the T-Rex was better. Like, girl, we talking something.
I call her like conscious. Like she's just always listening.
You think it's a voice in your head, but really she's like 4 rooms
it's
back.
Just your wife talking to you. Yeah, literally. Like an earpiece is like one of those things. But I would think I would be a bad counselor because I would have a limit like of to what I'm gonna listen to you or like things of that sort. So I think that's a job that I'll be bad at.
Yeah, the pathetic part. Exactly. Cap, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. I thought the same thing, my man. What about you, Clutch? What job would you be terrible at?
Well, me, I could say the same thing as Alex, other than NBA GM, because I wouldn't take calls from Portland.
That's true. Clutch would be horrible.
I'd generally be a bad NBA GM, but I guess anything to do with other people's money, I wouldn't be good at. I just feel like I just fold under the pressure of like messing somebody's like livelihood up.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, like an accountant or like
money manager, agent,
yeah,
something like that. Okay.
All right, for me, I would say because a plumber. I'd be terrible being a plumber, and because I can't stand shit or anything that has to do with nasty shit or anything at all. Picking up, clearing drains with hair.
I mean, you got the body down packed and like the jeans and the look. You got the look of like you just walk into somebody's house
here.
Like
listen here, you Russian mobster haircut, you dumb, you goofy looking motherfucker. You talking all that? Shut your ass up.
I can definitely see you walking in from your pickup and like having a belt around with like a tool, like a hammer, and like the jeans kind of sagging, the Timbs, like
what the hell am I catching, bro? Because of the NBA GM thing? Fuck you. That's your looks, goofy ass.
It's all love. It's all love. Mechanic, plumber, electrician. I am more handy than Bobby. Bobby has the looks of a handyman. Exactly, just the looks. But you see, but none of the skill. That's messed up, bro. That's messed up, man.
That's my wife, dude. You see,
that's my wife. I mean, you did say she can't read, so.
But she can. She just said that she can't read. Whatever. Anyway. What? Did she say something else?
No. I was laughing at Caps. Is it there, or there?
Awesome, dude. Caps was my favorite piece, man. He's an awesome dude. Man. All right, let's roll. Let's do one last one here. Let me see.
That's one part of Hialeah he never got. Like he never got the handyman part from Hialeah.
No, but I did get like I do have a I would say like the Cuban or Puerto Rican, whatever you want to call it, Cuban way of fixing things. You debo it like it's not perfect. Do it so it could last longer.
Yeah.
That I have. That's true because I don't care what anybody said. I do got that. But no, it's crazy because my grandfather, Raphael, was a handyman. He fixed everything and anything. I mean, he built the patio. He fixed our AC unit when things went wrong. I mean, up until probably the year he died, he was that guy. I mean, God bless him. But yeah, I always read, even my grandfather, Mike, who's, he fixes cars and he did all that. That's one of my biggest regrets was not
learning, like being there,
sitting there and paying attention. Yeah, like I talk about life, Alex. That's something me and Alex.
Of course. That's a gift.
Boys, even though we're talking sports, me and Alex, our favorite thing to do is talk life. Go deep in different things. But the one thing I did that with my grandfathers, but what I didn't do was pay attention to that. Yeah. That's something I'm good at. Translate, even if, and I don't speak the language, but I could, because I had that growing up.
Yeah.
Just super glue it, bro. Exactly. Super glue it, or put a book like right now, I don't have the set up, but I have a thing that goes up here and I have another, and it just works. It works because of what it is. Yeah.
We'll make do what we have.
That's right. Let me see here. Got one more. I want to find a good one.
Go ahead.
Last one. Indian, Middle Eastern, Spanish, hillbilly. Bobby understands them all.
I like that. I like the hillbilly part.
What is one thing, Clutch, that you've done that you would never do again? Do not mention Portland. Do not mention Jared Cronin.
Can I even say this on air?
Yeah. It's Ted Street Boys, my brother.
Something I've done that I would never do again.
We're gonna hear a bad Saturday night, dude. We're about to hear something really bad.
I mean, my first night here in the Netherlands, I went to Amsterdam, and I don't really want to talk about it. Amsterdam is a crazy place, brother.
Well, there you go.
Oh yeah, right. The answer is just Amsterdam.
Yeah, Amsterdam. He'll never go back.
What happens in Amsterdam stays in Amsterdam.
Color us intrigued. We'll leave that for a late night edition of these 10 True Boys.
Yep.
Alex, one thing you'll do that you'll never do again.
Oh, I'm gonna respond funny because my wife is right here, so be prepared for the answer. But one thing that I've done that I'll never do again is get married.
Get married. 100%. Thank you, baby.
She said it, right?
She said, "I love you." No,
babe. Yeah, I love you, babe.
No, I'll joking aside. One thing that I've done that I will never do again.
He said, "Get married."
Oh, baby.
Damn, this one's actually.
Tati says she's one and done because
it's true, man.
Better than me. After me, they would. Look, you'll have to measure everyone up to me.
Look, I always believe marriage should be kind of like a professional contract. Like you should sign like a 5-year term. If you want to resign, perfect. That's fine. You can have an opt out after a year. You can be bought.
You can ask for a trade.
Many things, bro.
Holy shit.
Re-up, you get traded. It's like, well, what happened?
Demand a trade.
Demand a trade. But I'll stick to my answer. I'll say that married because it's obviously, and I'll joke around, but that's something that you just do one time, honestly, realistically, so I'll be good with that. Once you get the experience done, you're done. If it works, it works.
We got to get Jamila in here because that was hilarious. I love how you hear the background.
Oh,
yep.
Oh, she's the one that fist pumped me.
Oh, that's awesome.
I agree with him.
One and done. Trades to 5-year deal. After 5 years, we want to talk extension.
Bro, think about that. You've never signed a lifetime contract with anybody.
Yep.
With nobody, not at work, not with a sports team. Think about how funny that would be. Like, we just want to sign a 5-year deal.
Think about that. Like, legit, you go after 5, maybe 10 years, whatever. Right? You go down, you go, all right, hey, look, we're thinking about an extension.
Exactly.
And then the other person goes, all right, well, here's the 5 things. Here's the top 3 things that I need in order to sign this extension.
Exactly.
You got to shave your beard. Take me out every Friday night, whatever. And then yours is like, well, okay, well then I want this type of dinner every night ready at 5 o'clock.
Can you imagine the free agency meeting, Bobs?
That's what I'm saying.
With an agent,
you get 3, and then
a marriage agent
with 3 potential suiters.
Oh my God, bro! I'm telling you,
interesting concept. Holy crap!
It does.
Can you imagine a 10-day contract?
A 10-day contract.
Yeah,
man. Test out phase. It's a test out phase.
I'll
tell you, a 10-day deal. Let's see how it plays out.
It brings a new definition to backdoor talks. Like that's a completely brand new definition.
Whoa, hold on, no, don't go there. Stop No.
What? No, took it too far. Sorry.
Yeah. Why did he not sign the extension? Well, the other offer was a backdoor talk. Oh, hold on.
He paid me under the table. Like, whoa,
look at Scotty.
Pay for what?
You're out of your prime. I'm bringing in competition.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
They draft your imagine the draft. Drafting your replacement. I'm telling you, bro.
You just said one and done.
No. But drafting replacement. This is all for negotiations.
Right, though. You said one and done. So
yeah, but this is negotiations, man.
No, but it's a concept now. Now we're on a concept. Like what?
Hey, we could try. We could have a draft show.
When your wife is an Aaron Rodgers and you just want a Jordan Love, you don't.
Oh man.
See, this is why we do random questions because topics like this.
This is funny.
Go right into that.
Holy shit.
Think about that. Really, there's no lifelong contract with anything aside from marriage.
Everyone needs a contingency plan. No, Tati says no, one and done, and I'm not accepting offers.
Seriously, man, I'm done.
Thanks, honey. Appreciate it.
I love you.
I love you too.
Anyway, All right. For me, it's just getting drunk. I would never get drunk again. I did it once. I'll never do it again. I'll never do it again. Not one time. I don't see the fun in it. I don't see the point of it. I think it's stupid. It's a dumb feeling. Won't ever do it. Did it once. Won't do it again.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly how Clutch felt after his first day in Amsterdam.
Yeah, like Bobby's answer is like a really tame version of mine.
There you go. If you could combine Clutch and my answer, you might get to the bottom of what happened to Clutch in Amsterdam.
Yeah. We'll just leave that as a running question in the show. What
That's
happened
right.
in Amsterdam?
Yeah, we'll just we'll follow up with what happened.
We
to
haven't
Clutch
heard
in
from him
Amsterdam.
again.
Oh man. Anyway. All right. Clutch, man. Any final thoughts, brother? I appreciate you tuning in and joining us, man.
Final thought. I mean, you started this, so I'm finishing it. Fuck Joe Cronin.
There you go. Alex, what's your final thought, man?
Same, but I want to get a shirt that says, obviously, like it's always been fuck Boston, and then in the bottom, like a scratch off and put Cronin. So we can make that a shirt with Pat Riley.
Oh, Bobby, like, you've seen the Judgment Day shirts with R-Truth?
Yes.
Yeah, like just put like a tape on that. It's just Joe Cronin.
Yeah, Boston, cross out this thing, and then at the end, Joe Cronin.
Joe Cronin.
Yeah. Once we do the FTSN store, that'll be one of the shirts.
Yes.
It'll be one of the shirts.
Perfect.
I need a
Until then,
these profits.
Thank you to everyone who's tuning in. We appreciate you. Thank you to the wives for chiming in and for the children.
You're welcome.
And everyone, don't forget, tonight we got our draft show on the clock. We're talking draft. We're talking defensive tackles. This was fun. Hopefully it's not the last time. Maybe we'll do a live show. I think that'll be a blast.
Yes.
Because I will be in Miami. That'll be fun. We'll do, and we got a new overlay there. We got a new deal. I'm going to try to do some new things. I might do a new intro, but little by little. But I'm cool with this. Till then,
by the way,
thank you to Clutch, to my brother Alex, to my sister Jamila there, over there chiming in. Everyone, appreciate you. Love you. For Dolphin fans, like, subscribe. Most importantly, fins up for Heat Culture.
Go Heat.
Appreciate you.
Hi, Leo.
Hi, Leo.